AJ has announced his new trainer. Angel Fernandez has been promoted from assistant coach to head trainer. Has anything actually changed though? Welcome to Fight Club 24/7. My name's Johnny Rashman. Right, let's get straight into it. Well, on Saturday we got the news that Anthony Joshua has finally appointed the head trainer. It's a bit bizarre, to be quite honest with you, how it's actually come out. It came out with an interview on, I think it was on Behind the Gloves, and I'm not sure if it was meant to come out. It just sort of came up in conversation, and the next thing he's announced Angel Fernandez, who has been his assistant coach for the last 3 years since the Andy Ruiz rematch, and now he's been promoted to head coach. But the whole thing for me is it's a bit bizarre because, I mean, there's been no statement about Robert McCracken leaving the camp. There's been no thank you. There's been no talking about it. It's just, which leads me to think really that Robert McCracken is still involved with it. Now I'm asking questions that, has anything actually changed? Apart from not training in Sheffield anymore, the Sheffield Sports Institute, he's now training, I think it'll be at Loughborough University or their campus. This is where Angel Fernandez, the new trainer, where he trains. He's got Richard Rakpo, he's got Fraser Clark, he's got an Irish fighter, I believe, called Kieran Malloy, I believe he's called. And so apart from not going to Sheffield every day, nothing's really changed. You've got to realise AJ's the kingdom of his castle, right? Like every megastar in the history of boxing, what he says goes. Now, sort of like Canelo, Floyd, they determine everything. They're the megastars. The training revolves around them, not the other way around. However, Floyd and Canelo can do that because their performances were getting better and better. They've not declined. AJ's not in that position. He's not been the same since the Ruiz loss. He's not been. We can all say he's boxed a bit more and he's stuck to a plan and all this, but he's not looked the same fighter. He looks devoid of any confidence. He doesn't look like he wants to engage as much as he once did, and he's not fighting like the heavyweight fighter he should do. Like, he's just not doing that. So what's going to change with having Angel Fernandez as the head coach? He's been involved for the last 3 fights, the last 3 performances, which we've all criticised to an extent. What's going to change now? For me, I'm asking questions. Was he really serious about getting a new coach? Because there was a bit of a backlash after the Usyk fight. Robert McCracken did get a lot of criticism, especially from AJ's promoter, Eddie Hearn. He was very vocal about it. A lot of boxing fans, media, they were all vocal about the tactics in the fight. We all saw it. However, looking back now, I think Robert McCracken actually saved AJ from getting stopped, you know. I really do, because he's no mug. Robert McCracken is no idiot. He really isn't. He's done wonders for the Olympic team in Great Britain. He did a great job with Carl Froch. Like, he knows boxing. He's not an idiot. So I'm thinking, did he know that AJ just wasn't going to win that fight? And I don't know. I think the way he was saying, just stick behind your jab. And I think looking between the lines now, it was easy to criticise his tactics. And I don't know we don't know what the tactics were. But I know we did see the towel at the end of the fight. Someone was waving that towel in the air in AJ's camp. Didn't come in, but someone had it up like that. We've seen the pictures of it. Did Robert McCracken know that AJ just wasn't going to win that fight? And rather than him getting knocked out, and maybe that could be the end of his career if he got knocked out brutally against Usyk in front of his home fans, maybe that could have been it. Maybe he thought, you know what, we're not going to win this fight, but let's finish on our feet and then we can regroup and go for the rematch. Maybe he did. I don't know. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I just don't think Robert McCracken is an idiot, as much as an idiot as people are making him out to be. He's not. He's a fantastic trainer. Yes, it's more of he's more involved with amateurs now, but as I mentioned, look at the job he did with Carl Froch. Like, he knows how to get in there and make things dirty. Carl Froch was an inside fighter. You know, yes, he could box at range to an extent, but he'd get in, make it dirty, make it rough and tough, get hold of you, very good on the inside, very strong. So he knows that game, Robert McCracken. So why didn't AJ use that in the first fight against Usyk? Maybe he just didn't listen, or maybe he froze. I don't know. I think there are mental vulnerabilities with AJ to an extent. People give him a hard time, which I don't understand. The guy is a megastar. He's done unbelievable for British boxing and worldwide boxing. He's an absolute superstar, and he deserves everything he gets. Just because he's not Peter pound for pound great doesn't mean he's a shit fighter. I mean, honestly, the criticism he gets is beyond me. However, we have to look into everything, and this decision for me, this appointment of Angel Fernandez, I don't know. I don't think anything has changed. The old saying goes, nothing changes if nothing changes. And I'm not sure what exactly has changed, apart from him not going to Sheffield every day and training there. I think Robert McCracken is still involved. You've got to realise they've had an unbelievable connection, AJ and Robert McCracken. It's not just, get rid of your coach. It's not just the coach he's had for 5 years. This is someone who's developed him to being an Olympic gold champion. Do you know what I mean? To being an Olympic champion. There's a lot of history there. It's not just a case of getting rid of someone. So I think what they're trying to do is spin it is, we've got a new coach, but I think Robert McCracken's still in the background. I think they won't come out and say that because I think they know there'll be a bit of a backlash. I think really it just causes doubt for me. If you're going to get rid of Robert McCracken, get rid of him. If you're not going to get rid of him, don't get rid of him. Right, for me, I think he should have had a complete overhaul of the team. I really do. As I mentioned before, AJ is the king of his castle, but I think he needed to get out of England, go to a different country, right, get into a gym, right, get into different voice, different people there, not all your friends and your family and your team. And I know that's good for a fighter, but I think in this instance, I think AJ just should have got rid of everyone and just made that decision. And it's a mental decision as well. Tyson Fury's done it. Other fighters have done it. Lennox Lewis has done it. Vladimir Klitschko did it. You've got to be mentally strong. I'm not saying AJ isn't, but for me, it's too comfortable. The old saying, familiarity breeds contempt. It's too comfortable now with Angel Fernandez. It's you've got the Team GB boys there, Fraser Clark, Richard Riakpor's there. So Pally Pally. He's got the same guy who's been giving him advice the last 3 fights when he hasn't really looked his best. So I don't know if anything's actually changed. Was he ever looking for a new trainer? On the flip side of that, you could say, well, it's not good having a new trainer for a Usyk fight, And maybe he's thought, you know what, it's not good changing everything. But now this fight isn't going to happen, is it? Usyk's not going to happen. That's not. With the tragedy in Ukraine, that's not going to happen. So he's got time to gel with a trainer. I just don't know what Angel Fernandez can implement. We've got to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm not sure how different he is to Robert McCracken. Maybe he can get his ideas across. I don't know. I just don't think it's great when you're looking for a new trainer to promote someone already in the team as your trainer. Don't think that's a great look. I think you should have a complete overhaul and gone out there. And it may sound stupid, but get into an old dirty gym, where you can smell the sweat when you're coming in. A bit like Rocky 3 with Apollo, when Apollo takes Rocky to the gyms, to the old school gyms, And that's what I think AJ needs. He's got all the best facilities, and obviously he's a high class athlete. He's gonna get that, and it may sound a bit stupid, but get yourself to an old American, dirty, sweaty gym where no one's bothered about you. You're not the king of your castle. You're there to fight. You're there to fight. You're there to learn. I think maybe AJ needed that. I do. I think by him promoting Angel Fernandez is a sign of weakness. I think, as much as I love AJ, I think it's not a dominant decision. I think Robert McCracken is still involved at some point, just by the fact that he's never mentioned anything. He's not come out and said, thank you very much for your time and service. If you really leave a trainer, then you make statements. You come out and you thank him, don't you? He's not come out and said that. And the whole announcement was a bit bizarre. It was just like off the cuff. So I don't know, maybe he was going to a new trainer and he's thought, it's not for me. But I think, again, it's doubt. It's causing doubt. And that's no good. It's uncertainty. So I don't know how much of an impact Adrian Fernandez will have. Look, he might prove me wrong. Maybe he'll go on to be an unbelievable coach. As I say, you've got to give him the benefit of the doubt. But I don't know. It seems we're just pleasing the masses here. We're just saying we've got a new trainer, and we're telling people this is the new AJ, and he's going to be tougher, he's going to be stronger, he's got that mental attitude back, he's hungry, and stay humble, and all this. We're going to be spoon-fed that. But in reality, nothing has actually changed. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think it's a good appointment? Do you think it's a disaster waiting to happen? Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.